I worked as a transport allocator for a concrete recycling company, and I was on my way home one afternoon on my motorcycle and I was hit by a taxi. I had multiple injuries. I had a shattered talus bone. My right leg was in a pretty bad way as well. I was in hospital for a few weeks. I went into rehabilitation for all of my injuries, which was a very slow process. It was over 3 to 4 months. And depression set in not long after that due to not being able to do anything. It was very hard for my family and myself because I had to rely on them. They did everything for me. I went back to work, but I couldn't go back to my original position that I was actually working in. The lack of sleep and the pain just wouldn't let me do it. I was dismissed from my position with that current employer, which then spun me into a bit of a depression because I really enjoyed what I did. I was told by specialists that I probably need to have a change of career. Getting back to work was very hard with the injuries I had. It was more of a psychological as much as a physical thing. To be able to get round the pain aspect of it. I'm an administration officer in a hospital. I work shift work. The shift work allows me to have days off. I had very good backing from my person that looked after me through work cover. It's very hard to talk about depression. It's something that will bite you when you're not ready for it. And if you can work through it, you can get around it. So you've got to use that as a tool to break the barrier down. I think one of the main reasons for getting injured workers back into the workforce, regardless of whether it was to a current employer or a new employment, is that they need to work to stay healthy, mentally and physically. The highlights of my return to work was being able to have something offered to me to go and retrain in a different career. Nomination for return to work for me was probably my case manager put me forward because of my determination. I felt honoured in a way that the work that I'd put into being rehabilitated was being shown by people that were giving out the accolades. I felt humble after a little while. Looking back on what I have been through, you have to take the time to be in that position to work through it. You have to have the depression, you have to have the mental block, I call it, so that your body can repair. If you don't have that depression and the mental block, it's very hard to build it back up. It'll stay with you like a ghost.